through certification, so we can give them a job and teach them how to use food and give them skills. And we use rescue food, so all of this is rescue. All of this came from supermarkets.
Those are amazing.
I know. And
In
this,
Milan, we're like made the worst scrap ever.
no, but that's really ugly. This is like nice. This is lunch level.
It's beautiful how it's kept. Everything is very clean.
Thank you. That's thanks to our chefs who run the program. All of this is donated. Yeah, we have Guillaume in here, Nick, Neil. All of them love our kitchen. They do stuff with us. And this is all donated. Everything that you see in here we've got for free. Hello. These are volunteers who come to help us do stuff. And this is kind of that. So if we get 5,000.
So what did you think?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
There's nothing like that in Italy?
No, in Italy there is a very important organization called Caritas that
Yes.
is related with the church.
Yes.
And is, I think, is a multinational. That
It
means it's an organization that is extremely active since a long time ago. So, yeah. But I feel like everything is so organized. I saw all this pick up. Everything is amazing.
Do you think that we could do something like that in Italy?
Would be possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be possible, because I was in this 6-7 months of the refettorio, the soup kitchen we opened in Milan. I saw there was the only problem was the sanitary inspections, and the way. The chain, the cold chain, so you have to show all these papers on picking up, delivery, and blah blah blah. So it's like bureaucracy is extremely, but in a way is extremely makes everything very difficult, but in another way makes everything very safety.
Yeah.
So that's extremely important.
So the 2015 Expo,
Yeah.
that's when it first started for you. But when
Yeah.
did you first come up with the idea? What triggered the?
It was 3 years ago. We were traveling from one conference to another, and I was all these chef. We were talking. Actually, I was with René, David Chang, Alex Atala, and we were talking about how tired we were of just talking about this upscale cuisine, and we were all on the same level, saying, okay, this is time for action. Then so it was like 2 years before the Universal Exposition. All these government, they started asking me if I could be involved in this or the other, one event. So they want me to cook, and they weren't interested in my ideas.
They weren't.
No,
Oh.
no. And so I said, okay, why don't we start thinking about this project? And then we knock at the door of the church in Milan, and the Archbishop of Scola, he said to me, after I was explaining my idea, he said, thanks for the energy, thanks for the passion. You came and you gave us great energies. So in 1 week, I'm gonna come back to you, and I'm gonna tell you our answer. And 1 week later, he called me and said, you want to come to Milan? Yes. So I said, in my idea, the first idea was like recreate Miracle in Milan, in the train station, under the train station of Milan, like 1950 movie from Il Verismo Italiano. And the Pope said, no downtown. Oh. We need to give light to the periphery, and the places where like the darkest places. And so we found a 1930 theater in the most difficult neighbor in Milan. And so we went there with the architects, designer, artist, because it's not just about bread. It's about culture, it's about beauty, it's about everything. So in my mind there was a refectory, a soup kitchen like Leonardo did 500 years ago with the Last Supper, no? And you know, when we saw this place, I said, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. So we did the miracle, because everything was restored in 8 months, and the place now is one of the most beautiful places in Milan, with full of art, of incredible, unique tables, as the Fratini. Fratini are like the tables that all the monks they were using, very narrow and very long, and because you don't have to sit in the two major part, but just one in front of the other, and you don't have a lot of space because you just need a bowl or a plate, a glass, and a fork and knife. That's it. And so all these designers, they rethought about making a Frattino in 2015 with oak. So it's beautiful project, and because it's about the phrase of Matteo, I think, is like, it's not just about bread, it's also about something more, life. And so for us, it's like we want to give the opportunity to these fragile souls to live in and to spend time in a beautiful place full of art, full of culture. And you know, in the beginning the approach was extremely difficult. You know, they were like eyes on their shoes, eat in 20 minutes, leave without even say hi. At the end was party every night. Party. There was around one table a family was built. So a family with an old lady that was a volunteer, sorry, with another guy that was living on the other side under the bridge, a young lady who just finished the chemotherapy with his boyfriend that was a very difficult guy, and you know, a family.
Yeah.
It was just incredible. And after this, you know, what I said before, as I said before, I couldn't do this if I didn't have Osteria Francescana, because Osteria Francescana is an experimental place where you build culture, where you build brain, where you build future. Then from culture, knowledge, consciousness, sense of responsibility. So from culture to sense of responsibility is very quick step. And you know, we did that, and the first thing we thought after we just stepped back, because you know, we have to be back to our life, and we left all this incredible heritage to all the volunteers there. Actually, one volunteer is coming every Saturday to Osteria Francescana to keep learning, and that's amazing. Another one, Alberto, learn how to make bread in 60 different ways from the 65 of the best chef in the world. Wow. So it was like, is the heritage of 7 months of refectorio, and it's like he didn't even had an idea of what was baking bread before starting there. Then when he was there as a volunteer, we didn't know what to do with the bread, so he said, okay, Alberto, you're gonna focus on bread. And so every chef was coming, was like teaching him his own way to make bread. In Japan, in South America, in France, on the Alps, on the seaside, in Sicily. That's amazing.
Money can't buy that training.
Yeah, no.
You didn't anticipate the social sort of aspect, or did you? Or
the social aspect.
Like all these people coming together beyond food.
You know, in my idea, that's why I say that was not a charity project. The numbers are the numbers of charity project, but in my idea, the most important thing was the cultural project. That means we need a chef like that, so with a lot of spotlight on us, to move the spotlights from us to the people around us. And we have to show through the past, so as my grandmother was teaching me not to waste, you know, I'm from Modena in Italy, so Modena is in the heart of the food valley. And when we were like killing a pork, you know, pork was a part of the family. And you know, my grandmother keep saying that, you know, this animal is giving his life, and so is a spiritual act. You know, we have to use every single part of the animal, because you know, you take a life from an animal and you have to respect this. So if you start from there and you see the whole perspective of the ingredients, of the life of the ingredients, from the bread, for example, from the moment you choose the flour or the yeast or whatever, you know, to the moment the decline of the life of the bread, you just have to ask this product the right question. If you ask the right question, they're gonna answer so easy, and you know.
Yeah. So what do you think, where do you see this project? I mean, obviously it's only started in 2015 and now it's 2006. So it's early.
Actually, it's amazing because, you know, the Regione Piemonte, they want to have a refettorio in Turin.
Yeah.
Bologna and Modena,
yeah,
they're going to have their own refettorio.
Yeah.
On the plane coming to Australia, I received a text message from a friend, is a 2-star Michelin chef in Palermo. They want to have a refettorio in Palermo in Sicily.
Yeah.
And we have a very deep conversation to open one in Brazil during the Olympics in the favelas with Gastromotiva that are like part of the refettorio in Milan, and they went crazy about this project. And so they want to do the same project in Rio de Janeiro with a cooking school in the afternoon to teach the problematic women how to, you know, work with and give them an idea of what could be different job, different future for them. And you know, that would be extremely important because it's internationally exposed. So it's like we give immediately 1 year after the refettorio in Milan the idea that the seeds are growing.
Yeah.
And that would be so. Me and Lara, we create a foundation we raise money, and we use my image to collect money to help other refettorio to maybe to pay the art or to buy the chair or whatever, you know.
How does the food get supplied to them?
In Brazil, everything, it's very important, and in each place we should have important partners. In Modena we have Modena Tavola, a consortium of 60 of the best restaurants in Modena. In Bologna we have Chef to Chef is an organization of 45 of the best restaurants of the region. So each week there are going to be one restaurant taking care of that. And in Palermo the same thing. In Turin, Ugo Alciati is going to be there and it's going to take care of that. And in Brazil, the Gastromotiva.
Yeah, and obviously you've seen that at work.
I'm here, there, and everywhere.
And I think I've only got 1 minute left, but I did read. I've seen a lot of interviews with you when you talk about the importance of emotion and feeling when cooking.
Yeah.
Why is that important, and how does a chef achieve that?
Because cooking is not mathematical.
Yeah.
Cooking is emotional. And the most important part is like when people are traveling from all over the world to eat at Osteria Francescana, there have to be emotion, you know. If they don't get the emotional part, you don't, it doesn't stay in their memories, you know. That's why when I reflect about my emotional part, is the best part was when my mom was cooking for me, because you know, she was cooking with her heart, and the food she was cooking was not perfect, but was emotional. And that's why I'm giving all these, found all these ideas as oops, I dropped the lemon tart, or the ice cream bar of foie gras with balsamic vinegar, hazelnut, almonds, you know, all this memory of a mortadella sandwich, you know, all these ideas that reminds you the childhood, the crunchy part of the lasagna, you know.
Oh, yes.
Everyone knows that the best part is that. So here in Australia, so think about an Emilian kid that is growing with the big thing of lasagna there, and stealing just the best. But all the rest, it doesn't care. You know. But that part is the best one. So that's the point I want to touch. The point of memory, the point of emotion. Cooking is an act of love.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.